You got to be from
All
the country.
right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you so much. Another Thursday. We here with Fred, Maricus. I'm Tori. Thanks for being with us. How are you guys doing?
Maintaining. What's good?
Hey, it's been a good week.
Well, I was just
It's
about
been
to
a
say,
good
how's
week.
your
Long,
week
but
been?
it's good.
Yeah.
Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all, man. I ain't seen y'all since last Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
No, you seen him last Thursday because he lives all the way in freaking Egypt.
Yeah, I was at his bar yesterday, but I ain't
Yeah,
seen
but
him.
you didn't see me though.
Yeah.
Did you drink?
No, I tell you, Mauricus don't drink. That's why we about to get him to drink today, man.
Come on,
Matter of
pour up.
fact, look, hey man, today's episode is officially sponsored by Vibe Sports Bar, man. So we got a little setup up here, man. Don't be taking no pictures of me, dog.
Man, I'm
You know
on
what saying?
live,
Don't be
man.
taking
I'm
no
on
pictures of me,
live,
dog.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, you just got to
I
taking a
know-
picture of yourself,
I know
man, and
I'm
posting
flying
it. You know what
shit,
I'm
man,
saying?
or whatever. But hey, all right. So today's episode sponsored by Bob Sports Bar and Grill. Thirsty Thursdays, $5 you call it from 6 to 9. So if y'all
So
Ain't
is
tapped
this
in.
show tapping live at your bar because it's already 7:00?
yeah, they probably already getting drunk, having a good time. All right, and I'm going
Okay.
there as soon as I leave here.
All right.
All right, but
Okay.
Let's go.
anyway, we had a pretty good week, man. It's good to see y'all again. Tori, man, what you got on tap for us
So I
today?
actually have a question for y'all because now this is our third week. We got 3 weeks worth of setting. Like everybody's seen us in 3 different types of settings. So I think this is it. Y'all feeling good? This is
Yeah,
what we
I'm
doing?
just looking at myself on this IG live, man. Like, damn, I'm a good-looking dude, man. Look at that.
Man, hold on.
Look at this. Look
I
at
had to get on live
Man.
too. Look.
Damn, that cat, that a good-looking cat, man. You know what I'm saying?
I got to tap in on my own stuff. Too.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
in.
Let me see what we got.
I'm in. So I just have a quick question for this show. Is there anybody, if you could choose anybody to interview and bring on the show, who would it be? And I mean like
Wow,
anybody out
that's
there.
a good question. I'm
Whether
gonna let Fred
have-
go first on that. I gotta think.
Whether it have to be
Damn.
with sports or just social subjects, like what would it be? Who would it be to really like starstruck you, media, like whatever?
Damn, Tori.
I can go ahead and go first, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, and it's gonna be very unpopular, man. If I could bring anybody here to interview right now, you know what I'm gonna bring?
Oh.
I'm gonna bring Donald Trump in here, man.
Oh.
I'm gonna bring him in. I'm gonna interview him, and I'm gonna let his ass have it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
I'm gonna bring Trump in.
Like
here,
go
man.
in on him, like
No, I ain't
what the
gonna say
hell
really
was
go
wrong
in
with
on him,
you?
but I just want to get him in.
Like,
and
what would
talk
you
with
ask
him.
him?
Yeah.
See, that's something I would have to sit down and just really. Okay.
Why did you say Donald Trump of all people?
Because man, it's like the whole controversy now. Man, like man, since in my lifetime, I've never like seen like different, presidents and presidential candidates or whatever have so much. Let's see, so much
Controversy?
influence or controversy and all that that Donald Trump had. You know what I mean? And with him not being a politician.
Yeah.
And going on and winning the presidency.
winning the
yeah,
presidency,
winning it. I would
yeah.
like to know, like, man, like, some of the stuff you say, man, like, do you be
Sticks.
serious or you just, or, like,
Hell
you
yeah,
know,
you
like,
be serious,
like,
man.
like, are you just, like what you be on, man? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to know, man, because, I ain't gonna lie, some of the stuff with Trump I admire, man. You know what I
Like
mean?
what? Tell me one thing.
I
you
was gonna
admire
say,
about
please
Donald
let
Trump.
me
He
know
caked
because
up.
I need.
He caked up.
He banked up, you know what I mean?
How you know? You ain't never seen his tax returns. You don't know how much money that
I
man
don't need
got.
to see that man tax returns,
And
man. I
didn't
know
he
the family
go
he came
through-
from.
He done went through all
He
these
went-
bankruptcies.
yeah,
he don't pay his
He
bills.
might have blew it,
Don't
but
pay
he had it
nothing.
one. You know what I'm saying? Shit, if I ever get it, I might blow it. But what I'm saying is, he had it. You know what I'm saying? He had it. So
I don't know,
you know.
man. I think if Donald Trump was sitting right where Tori was sitting, I think
He
Donald
wouldn't.
Trump would
I
tell you a
wouldn't
new
even let him.
asshole.
He
man.
probably
wouldn't.
would. He probably would. You'd probably swing on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But, you know,
yeah. I
He
probably
pro- he-
would. I
you
ain't gonna
probably
lie to
swing
you.
on him. But I'll sit here like seriously have a conversation with him, man. Like I don't fool with him like that, but I would like
Just to
you know
get
what
in,
I'm saying?
just to pick his brain.
Yeah,
To
I
see
would
how,
like,
how
yeah.
he got where he got to.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I did watch one of his documentaries. That man, he is really smart. He has a method to his madness, and he got to where he got to doing something right.
Now y'all do realize Tori is an avid Trump supporter.
That
y'all
is
know
a
that.
damn
Is she?
lie.
Yeah,
that is
really?
a damn lie.
Yeah,
Don't
see?
even try it, Fred. That is
You
a
just-
damn lie.
Look,
What?
man. Hey, it's okay. We understand. You don't have to disclose who you
I'll
voted
admit
for.
to it. I'll admit to it if it were true, but I do not support Donald Trump.
Ain't nothing wrong with the guy, man, other than he delusional, crazy, or whatnot. But hey,
But is he really crazy? That's what I want to ask him. Is he really crazy, or is all of it just an act? You know
No,
what I
I
mean?
think he really is like
yeah,
that.
that motherfucker
I
crazy.
think he really is like that.
He crazy.
You know what I mean?
Okay, who would you choose?
Oh man, I don't know, man. I mean, it's so many people that you'd have a good conversation with, but I ain't gonna. You know what? I would interview Michael Jordan right now.
Today will be a good day to interview.
Today would be a great
That's
day
a
to
good
interview
one.
Michael
Today
Jordan
would be a
because
good
I
day
want to
do
know
that.
how he really feels about LeBron breaking the all-time scoring record. And I would hope that he will be honest, or whatnot. I think that'd be a good interview. Michael Jordan is kind of exclusive. Like it ain't really too many people that can get in that man's circle, and find out how he really feels. You know what I'm saying? So, just because of the milestone that LeBron just achieved, I would want to know how he would feel because there's so much debate about who's the GOAT right now.
That was gonna be one of my questions.
That's going to be one of your questions?
Yes.
Please
Okay,
ask.
well, we'll get into that
Okay.
later. But I would interview Michael Jordan.
Okay.
That's a good
fair.
one.
I'd ask him, man, hey,
Go.
and I'm a Michael Jordan fan, by the way, if y'all didn't know. But I would ask him, hey, man, why you didn't let that kid take a picture with you, man? Michael Jordan kind of pissed me off with that, man.
He'll probably walk out right now.
Yeah.
No, I think he would have.
Hey,
an
Jordan
explanation.
probably a Trump supporter.
Yeah, no doubt.
Man.
No doubt.
Okay. So I just we have like about 18, it's been wavering between 18, 20 people or viewers. So I just want to put out there to everybody who's watching, we really want to be interactive with you guys too. So let us know what questions you have. Make sure you go follow our YouTube channel. We're posting the link in the bio. And just let us know, what you guys, how you guys feel, what questions y'all have. We want to interact with you guys too. So just let us know.
Hey, man, a shout out to everybody who's already tapped in.
Thank
doubt.
you.
Man,
No
tell
doubt.
a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend. Like I said, we just on having a good time, man.
Yeah.
Talking about some of the stuff that may interest you, right? And we're going to have a good time doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Got
the
your
show is
shades
kind of,
on,
man,
here.
I mean, I all these bright lights and stuff, man, and I'll be tired as hell on the court.
lights.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's
what
up?
another one? His second one.
Oh, man, you about to drink?
That boy that can sing.
Now, look,
Yeah,
real
that's-
quick.
Look, let me say
Second
I'm just
one.
gonna get a sip. Look at this. Why this? You know what I'm saying? Just enough, you know what I'm saying? Warm me
Now,
up
listen,
a little
Did you
bit.
For
take that
those
last
of
one as a
you
shot or was it just a
that
sip?
don't
sip?
know,
Shot.
Coach Rodriguez does not drink.
No, I don't drink.
Yeah, he
Oh,
just
God.
drinking today,
I
man.
changed.
you
I
call-
Because
when
changed,
do we need to call you a Uber?
I changed, man. Back in the day, I used to put them down. So anybody from Alabama, they hear you saying that, they probably like, man, Fred,
I'm
you a
like,
damn
hey,
lie.
dude, a lie. Live. Well, I'm gonna have me a drink in a minute, man. But like I said, it's Thursday. In honor of being
Sports
close to
week.
the end of the week,
End of the week.
we're gonna start a little bit
Sports
early, man.
Yep. So
You
let's
know.
get into it. Let's
What you
get
got?
into it.
What you got?
Well, it's been a crazy sports week.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go ahead and jump right into starting it off with LeBron. Y'all watch that game? I'm pretty sure y'all watched the game.
Actually, you know what? I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch the entire game. You know what I mean? I started looking at some of the comments and saying how close he got. So that's when I kind of tuned in so I could see what was going on. Look, so here's my whole thing on LeBron. Not just the game, but on LeBron. Okay, I'll talk about the game first. Man, the game first, they lost the game.
They lost the game.
They lost the game.
Did they?
They lost the game.
Yes.
Okay.
So-
A lot of celebrating going on for a loss, but
That's what I'm saying. So that's something that I'm looking at AD. I'm looking at Russ and how, you know what I'm saying, certain things is going on. And it's almost like that brought a lot of light to me as to why they've been losing. I kind of feel like, man, some of them guys on the team don't fool with LeBron like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I'm on the outside looking at it. I don't
Right.
know, but that's just what I saw. Now, as far as LeBron, man, amazing accomplishment. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? That was good for him,
Yeah,
man.
no
He
doubt.
been, man, look, and we'll talk about this later when we go into the GOAT thing, but because I don't want to kind of go into that just yet. But when I look at LeBron, the dude had been playing a long time, you know. Been playing since he was 18 years old, man.
We
straight out of
literally
high
watched
school.
this guy grow from a kid to a grown man.
Right.
Literally.
Now, the one thing I can say great about him is like, man, he came into the league on top.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, right now, man, he still could be considered best in the league. Because he still played at a high level at 38 years old. That's the one thing, like, I can say with him being a 38-year-old. And even with, like, cats like Jordan and all them was in the league. Jordan was in the league at a later. Jordan wasn't able to compete the way LeBron competing at 38
Not
years
at
old.
38.
Not at 38. So, no, man, big shout out to LeBron, man. I know there's a lot of people that hate on him. Do I consider him the greatest? I'll tell you about that later. But I do, you know what I'm saying, respect what he's done for the game of basketball, what he's still doing in the game of basketball, and what's going to happen because, I mean, he's not done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's still a lot more to come. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
I mean, I actually watched the game. I'm not a Lakers fan by any means or whatnot, but I did want to witness history. A lot of folks think I'm a LeBron hater because I got two guys, actually three guys, John Ware, so I hope y'all is paying attention, John Ware, Michael Ford, and David Sheffield, all right? These guys are the biggest Bron-sexuals that I know. All right, they love LeBron James. They refer to him as GOAT James, all this other stuff. So I just have I have fun antagonizing these guys, right?
Yeah.
All right. So they think I don't like LeBron, but I respect LeBron's game and I expect his accomplishments, everything that he's done, not just for the game of basketball, but just for our culture. You know, man, the guy, he's done a lot. He's a stand-up guy as far as from what I know, right? So as I'm watching the game, you know, I'm watching LeBron going hard, man. You know, he's interacting with his kids, telling his kids, man, I'm about to do this, get 8 in the third, get 8 in the fourth, or whatnot. The one thing that I didn't hear him say, and he may have said it, I just didn't hear it, that they was going to win the game. So the dude went extra hard in that third quarter, man. Scored 16 points, broke the record. They stopped the game, which a lot of people had a problem with. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? You celebrate a milestone like that. You know it's hard to do it after the game, especially if they would have lost, right? So you got to celebrate that moment in the moment, in my opinion, right? But anyway, man, they do all the celebrating. And as Mo was saying, it didn't seem like everybody on the team was excited for him because you seen guys on the other team congratulating him, but then you also seen guys on his own team, Anthony Davis, you know, which him and LeBron is like real close. So I don't think that he did that to be shady or nothing like that or whatever. But
so
anyway,
let me cut in there because apparently somebody told me about this. So apparently there was issues in the locker room during halftime.
Okay.
So that's why.
Who's your source on this?
Hey, I gotta keep my sources to my sources. But yeah, it was between Russell Westbrook and LeBron. And
okay.
So
that's why
there was
like,
So that's.
Well, I mean,
that played a part. It had to have played a part.
So that doesn't surprise me. All right, but as I watch him break the record, they celebrate his accomplishment and all this stuff or what have you. Once all that's done, it's time to get back to playing basketball, right? Which he didn't do much of after that.
Right.
You know, the dude scored 2 points in the fourth quarter. They ended up losing by 3. You know, so to me, I would have preferred to see LeBron go a little bit harder in that fourth quarter, so that his whole team could celebrate that moment with a victory.
So you felt like it was just he was basically playing like that just to get
personally,
to where
I felt
he
like
to be.
Once he broke the record, that was the only thing that was important to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he broke the record. I don't feel like he did everything in his power to help his team win that game.
And the thing is, if he was playing on a team like OKC or playing for the Houston Rockets or, you know, a team something like that, that would be okay.
Yeah.
But, man, you playing for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's like the that's
it's already bad enough they lose
you know what I
as many
mean?
games as
The LA Lakers to the NBA is like that's it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because the standard been set, you know what I mean, for them, and you know, so you know, when him, man, I felt Anthony Davis. I put it like that. I feel like me personally, if I probably would have celebrated with him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because you can never go back and change that
moment in
history.
So I wouldn't have taken that moment away from him either. but we definitely would have had a conversation.
Right. Now,
you know what I mean?
in fairness to Anthony Davis, because I did read up on this, he was more frustrated with himself.
Right.
You know, and
right.
it didn't have nothing to do with LeBron, the court, and Anthony Davis, right? But the stuff with Westbrook, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't say anybody could have a problem with Westbrook feeling the way that he felt about LeBron. Man, LeBron was trying to trade the guy. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of him. So that's almost like, man, you know, you think you find a better chick, you're going to tell your main chick, hey, man, I'm done with you. Then it don't work out with the new chick, and then you go back to those. Man, she like, no, man, you done already threw me under the bus, tried to leave me. Now you going to say we good? Nah.
So don't burn your bridges.
Man, I think that's how Westbrook felt. And so I think at the end of the day, there was going to be no repairing that relationship.
Man, it was no way Russ could stay in L.A. Man, for the last year, man, Russ was taking a beating from everybody, man.
Yeah.
The media, the fans. Hell, even LeBron, if they didn't throw him under the bus a couple of times.
You think he deserved it?
You taking the questions out my goddamn mouth.
Oh.
Yeah, you think he deserved the trade over, let's say, Anthony Davis? Because I sure needed him to be traded.
You say the trade? Okay.
No, I'm asking you think he deserved the backlash.
Okay, so the backlash, no, and I'm going to tell you why. Look, Russ is one of the players that frustrate me a lot, man, because Russ is one of them guys, he's either going to shoot you, win the game for you, or keep you in the game, or he's just going to all the way blow it, man. You know what I mean? But the one thing I don't take away from Russell Westbrook is he go out and he play at 100% every game. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He going to give you everything he got every game, man. So even this man shooting 50 bricks a game, man, you know what? Man, if he's shooting 50 shots and missing all 50, he going to get you 10 rebounds. You know what I mean? He gonna play good defense, man. Russ going to give you everything he got. So, man, he's a professional athlete, so, yeah, he's going to get some backlash. So some of it I can say is deserved. But the way they was going in on that dude, man, he don't deserve it to, to the severity that they was giving it to him. You know what I mean? So.
Well, my opinion on what Russell Westbrook is this, man. Yeah, I think he's a hard worker. I think he plays hard. But I don't think his talent level matches what LeBron is looking for. And I think LeBron may have seen a little bit more in Westbrook. He may have thought Westbrook brought a little bit more to the table than what he does as far as his skill set.
He can't play with a guy like Westbrook because Westbrook is basically a young LeBron. You see what I mean?
No way.
Let me tell you why.
No way.
No, LeBron was better, but let me tell you the style of game. Let me tell you. The style of game. Man, when LeBron first came in, LeBron didn't have no jump shot. He had none of that. But LeBron was so explosive, he can get to the rack, dunk on anybody, whatnot. I mean, that's how Russell Westbrook play. Westbrook can't shoot the ball, but he's so explosive. But
can't
LeBron,
shoot the ball is an understatement.
LeBron,
man, I probably can shoot the ball better than Westbrook.
Yeah.
Man, they called the dude Westbrook for a reason, dog.
Yeah, but see, the thing is that LeBron, them the type of guys, LeBron, you don't need them type of guys around him, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, you need to get LeBron, basically, him, 3 shooters, and Anthony Davis. You see what I'm saying?
So why did LeBron want him then?
Big
like
name,
he asked for him.
It's big
name. Now he
names.
want to get rid of him.
It's big name. Look what he did in Cleveland. Man, I remember one squad Cleveland had, man, a couple of years ago. LeBron had him, D. Rose, Dwayne Wade. I mean, he went and got every big name you could get, man, on that Cleveland roster. And the same thing happened to them that's happening in L.A. Mm-hmm. They had to get rid of all of them because it wasn't working. So it was the name. It was Russell Westbrook. So, yeah, man, let's go get him because he felt like, it's almost like me and you. I feel like, shit, man, I can get Coach Fred come coach with me, man. That's, you know what I'm saying, 2 big names, you coaches. But, man, if it don't work, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is. Just go get a name, man. Just go keep going to get the name instead of the players that he really needed around him.
Okay, so look, before we get into the NFL stuff, let's go and have this debate right now.
The GOAT debate?
The GOAT.
Jeannie said Suns are winning.
Okay. All right, here's the thing, man, when it comes to the GOAT stuff. And see, there's a lot of young cats right now that speak on the GOAT stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and for all you young cats, I'm going to go and tell you. Man, I look on some of y'all stuff. Y'all say Lil Uzi Vert and Drake the GOAT when it comes to rapping. So that discredits everything when it comes to me. As far as your GOAT.
But it can't because that's their time.
That discredits everything to me. I don't care, but that discredits. Lil Uzi Vert and Drake is the GOAT of hip-hop. When they say stuff like that, and ain't nothing you can tell me about no GOAT. Okay. So here's the thing. Man, LeBron, in my opinion, is number 2.
Who's number 1?
Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And this is the reason why I say Michael Jordan is the GOAT. I'm talking about as a basketball player. If I had 2 of them if both of those guys were in here right now, LeBron would probably be my friend. I could be cool with LeBron. I probably could stand Jordan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as a basketball player, Michael Jordan is the GOAT. Michael Jordan came into he spent 2 or 3 years in college, won a national championship in college, came into the league, took a beating. Just kept grinding.
Yeah.
Finally got him one. He didn't have to go get a whole damn team of superstars. Mm-hmm. Got him one more superstar to play with him. As soon as he got that superstar to play with him, I think they did maybe another year or so before he started ripping off championships. You see what I mean? Did a three-peat. Took 2 years off, went to baseball. Houston Rockets got Houston. Y'all Houston cats, man. Y'all got lucky. 2 years, Michael Jordan gone. Rockets won a championship. Jordan come back, get another three-peat. Man, look. What other player you know? Could LeBron have done that? Could he have taken 2 years off from the game and then came back and just ripped? Man, he having a hard time getting championships now as it is, building super teams.
Okay, so this is gonna be my response to your, to your viewpoint on that, right? Once again, I'm Team Jordan all day. The era situation, you know, we can't discredit these young guys because I never grew up watching Wilt, so I really don't know how great Wilt Chamberlain was. You know, the only thing I know about Wilt Chamberlain is he was the only person in NBA history to score 100 points, right?
And
so
about 1,000 women or something like
that.
Yeah,
and sleep with 20,000 women or something like that or whatever, right? So because I never seen Wilt Chamberlain play, I will never truly understand his greatness. I done seen videos, highlights or whatever stuff, but I say the same thing to the kids that say LeBron is the GOAT that have never seen Jordan play. Because when I go back, even now, and I look at old Jordan highlights, I'm like, damn, them dudes he played against look slow. They look weak. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But when I was in the moment as a teenager, you know, watching Jordan play, them guys wasn't weak. They wasn't soft. And 20 years from now, when the guys that are saying LeBron is the GOAT watch his highlights, you know, they gonna still think he the GOAT. But the people during that era gonna say, man, he looks slow.
So if you put everybody together, let's just say everybody was in one era, would LeBron still be the GOAT?
No, not in my opinion.
You don't know. And the reason why, look, I can go into that because you don't know. And the reason why I say that is that something you talked about, I think, earlier. See, if LeBron played in the era of Jordan them, the mentality that LeBron have, I would say no. But if LeBron transformed himself into, you know what I'm saying? Because when he first came to the league, LeBron wasn't like that. Mm. But if he had transformed himself into the person he is now.
As an 18-year-old kid.
Right. But over time, he transformed himself.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like if I took, like a lot of people say Jordan couldn't play in this era. But if you put Jordan in this era with this same mentality, man, his body probably would be the same as these guys. He'd probably be just as athletic as these guys. Right. And if he still had that same killer mentality, I mean, that's a hard one. I mean, you can't go, but you can't say LeBron could have did this in this era, Jordan could have did that in that era because you don't know.
Right.
But if I had to bet on one of them, I would say Jordan would have a better chance of doing this thing in this era than LeBron would have did in that era because in that era, man, they used to beat the hell out of Jordan. Yeah. I mean, beat the hell out of him. And you just thump LeBron right now.
The rules are different, too, so you can't do certain things then or now that they did then. Like, it's completely different.
When I look at LeBron, what I see is this. I see a guy who, regardless of who he's going against, you know, and he's played against some great talents, right? From the Golden States to, you know, the Milwaukee teams with a lot of these high-profile players, and he's always found a way to find some success, right? Now, I think the biggest debate between LeBron and Jordan is the championships. If you take away the championships, which is a big part of it, me and Legacy talked about this earlier, right? Because the rings is a big part of it, right?
Yeah.
if you was to take away the championships, I would still say that Jordan was the better talent. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I think we identify the GOAT deal based on how we relate to that person. I'm more of a Jordan type person, right? When it's time to get something done, I'm gonna get it done. I don't give a damn about being your friend when I got a task at hand that need to be accomplished.
And I'm more like LeBron.
So
you know what I mean?
So what I'm saying is this:
yeah.
if as cool as me and you are, right? We used to coach against each other. You know what I'm saying? We talk shit or whatever stuff. Like not talk shit. We would talk prior to the games. But on game day, man, I'm trying to fucking kill you. I'm trying to embarrass you. You know what I'm saying? Man, I remember it was your birthday. And you came over there and played, and we put it on you.
Yeah.
And man,
now, I do want y'all to know this though, since he talking about that. Okay, so yeah, that day, man, that day they put it on me. I had a rough day that day. That shit was horrible. Had a rough day. They beat me on my birthday. But I do want y'all to know this. Prior to Friday Night Tights, see, that's what a lot of people don't know out here.
If they didn't see
I want y'all to know that the Northeast coach was tearing Fred Davis a new asshole. I had Fred Davis like, damn, man, I don't know if I can beat this dude.
I remember.
But you know what? You know what? Friday Night Tights came, man, and the world got to see, you know what I'm saying, the takeover when Fred started, you know what I mean? Wow. So I let me have it. But, like, all seriousness, and I don't want to get off subject, but, man, them probably like some of the best times in youth football, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even when we started coaching together, man, coaching against each other was good, just good stuff. You know what I mean?
What made you leave the Colts to go coach with Fred?
Oh, that's some shit that I'm not even gonna get into. It was a lot of this. It was a lot of things, man. Okay, I'm gonna give a part of it.
Now he gets into it.
I'm gonna just some of it. I didn't really want to run the organization anymore. That's one part. The kids who I had been coaching for years was aging out with that group.
Yeah.
And sometimes, man, you just need a change. And see, a lot of people was kind of upset, and I understood it. Look, and once I talked to a lot of my people, because me and some of my people kind of fell out at the time. But I've had great conversations with some of them. We still friends to this day. I understood their point, and I think they understood mine. I could have went to any other organization, right? I could have did that.
Yeah.
But why when me and him was like so close and cool? And they like, at the time, a lot of people didn't know what was all in the making because we left Typha immediately after that and went and did some things with Snoop. Mm-hmm. So it was like it was a whole new, it was just something new for all of us, you know what I mean? And, I wouldn't go back and change it. You know what I mean? I might would have done it differently, but I wouldn't go back and change the decision.
There you go. So it's okay to make changes in your best interest. That's all right. To be great.
All right. So Mr. Hatter was trying to see who we gonna predict for the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Preston.
Right. Yeah.
What up, P? What up, P?
And I got to give a shout out to Lil PJ.
No doubt.
He just signed his letter of intent to Texas State, which is my alma mater. So, man, I will definitely be back to support that young man. I watched him as a kid play. Awesome talent. Man, Bobcat Nation is lucky to have a kid with that type of talent to wear our colors. You know what I'm saying? So, Preston, man, congratulations on everything that you've done to your son. I know a lot of folks may not have agreed with how you did things back in the day.
Who cares?
But obviously it paid off. It worked. Your son is getting free education and playing football on the collegiate level, man. So definitely hats off to you, and we appreciate the support with you tapping in with us,
Before
man.
you go into the predictions, though, since you giving shout-outs, I can't just name them all out.
Yeah.
But I do want to give a shout-out to, man, you remember that 2018 12U Outlaw team I had? They're all seniors this year.
Oh, yeah.
Man, a lot of those kids, man, right now just signed, you know what I mean?
That's awesome.
They let them pretend to play. I don't want to name them all, so I don't even want to name one because I don't want to miss nobody. Mm-hmm. But y'all know, man, if you was on that 2018, 2017 team with me, man, proud of you, man. Extremely proud of you. Gonna stay in constant prayer for you, you know what I mean, to further your success. And, man, look, I might not be at the games, but, hey, I'm telling you, I see what y'all doing, man.
Spirit, right.
I see what y'all doing, man. Proud of y'all.
Yeah, shout out to all the seniors that were signing intents. I saw some on my timeline, too, on my feed. Congratulations. Good luck to everybody, because that's amazing.
Yeah, just
that's
the opportunity to go receive that education.
Yeah.
You know, so
No
shout
doubt.
out to football in general, man.
In general.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
about
we
to
done
be.
talked a lot of shit about youth football the last couple of weeks. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's going to pod, though. You know what I mean? Shout out to
Hey, man, we've been making
football.
enemies, man.
I don't
I
give a
heard
damn
somebody
about
got
that.
a hit out on you, dog.
Shit, hey, you know what I'm saying?
For what?
Hey,
They just said, man, he went out to his car, man, after the last podcast, and there was a note on it that said, "Watch your back, fool."
hey, look, it is what it is. That shit been going on for years, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so
Predictions,
right? Now, this is crazy, man, because after every show, man, I reach out to my people and I say, man, you know, give me some constructive criticism of the podcast, right? Because we want to do a better job, right? Like like I've said after every show, man, we're new to this. We're just having fun with it.
Stay true to.
So what they said is, man, you and Maricas agree on every goddamn thing, man. Like, you know, y'all, like, why don't y'all have more debates, you know, or whatnot? And I said, well, damn, you know, I don't want it to be phony.
Yeah,
You know
tell
what
them
I'm
to catch
saying?
us outside the show then. Shit, we ain't on here. We disagreeing on everything. You know what I'm saying?
So when it comes to this, right, you know, I already know who Maricas, you know, I already know who he wants to win. I know he's already made. We both made our predictions last week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to stick with my prediction, you know. I would like to see the Eagles win, right? I think that they have a better story. You know, Patrick Mahomes has already won the championship. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to see Jalen Hurts stamp his name into the book of great quarterbacks. Not great black quarterbacks, great quarterbacks, period. Because it seems as if nobody really believes in this dude, man. You know?
I don't know why.
Maurice and I, we talked about this for the past 2 weeks. Y'all let me know if y'all feel the same way. All right, just by putting a comment in the comment section.
Oh, y'all.
The audience, right? Everybody tapping in with us.
Yes.
Why does it seem as if the media coverage of the Super Bowl this year has been limited? Like, honestly, man, I ain't really seen too many commercials. I ain't really seen, you know, a whole bunch of interviews. I think they had the NFL Day or whatever a couple of days ago. But the Super Bowl is like 72 hours away.
Yeah, they got the excuse for it, though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, damn. So, although I want to see the Eagles win, you know, I think just our culture has won regardless. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the first time in history, once again, that you'll have two African-American quarterbacks playing at the highest level in the most competitive game in sports, and that's the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's win or go home. It's all or nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't afford to have a bad game or whatnot on this stage, right? So, you know, once again, you know, me, it's Eagles all day. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see those guys win, but if the Chiefs were fortunate enough to win, like I said, I'm happy for those guys too. So, you know, that's I know that's kind of lame because I ain't really just, you know, went in on either team, whatever and stuff. But I want to celebrate both those teams because of the leadership that they're under. So it's my take, man.
Yeah, my thing, man. So I only have a prediction. Everybody already know I'm riding with the Eagles. And, you know, I expect them to win. I hope they win or whatnot. My thing is more so what you said about the media coverage on the Super Bowl.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Man, I know it's been a big week for the NBA.
Right.
I know it. Kyrie gets traded, KD gets traded, Russ gets traded, LeBron break the record. Been a big week for the NBA. And, you know, I know this might rub a lot of people the wrong way, but I don't give a damn. It's just real. Bro, you can't tell me if all the same stuff was happening in the NBA right now, right? If Tom Brady was facing Peyton Manning, well, let's see who's in today's game. If Tom Brady was facing, hell, anybody, man.
You already know the coverage.
It
What
would
type of
have been,
coverage?
the coverage would have been the same as any other
Right.
Super Bowl. You know what I mean? They would have made sure. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't put a lot of, I'm not saying it wasn't covered as much because it's two black quarterbacks playing, and I'm not saying that because, man, I'm not one of them dudes. You know what I mean? But I am going to say this. Bruh, it's not cared for. Well,
Right.
they put it like it's just not like it's not like it's not. Man, Christian McCaffrey said what I'm pretty sure everybody in America is saying that's on that end. McCaffrey said, "Shit, I hope they both lose."
Jeez.
That's what he said.
Damn,
He said, "I hope they both lose." Okay, man, there's a lot of people that feel the same way, man. You know what I mean? And I wonder why. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people feel the same way.
It don't matter how they feel, it's not gonna happen.
It's
no,
not
it ain't
even
gonna happen
possible.
Because one of those guys, if Mahomes wins, man, now you got to look at this guy as being one of the greatest young quarterbacks ever. Because I don't think anyone.
Shit, he still is. Regardless, if he
Well,
win,
I'm
lose.
saying, Mahomes has been in the league for how many years? Maybe like 5 years,
It's been a little longer. I think he's been in there 6 or 7, right?
6 or 7. However many. But this is his third Super Bowl appearance, right? He's been there twice.
Yes, he won
one and lost one.
Yeah.
So let's just say if he's been there 6, 7 years, the fact that he's gone to the Super Bowl almost half of his career is phenomenal. No one else has done that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At least not this early in their career, right?
Other than Brady.
You got Jalen Hurts. Like Preston Hatter said, man, the guy done stayed the course. They done counted him out on every level. You know what I'm saying? To give this kid the opportunity to do that is phenomenal, right? So I'm going to take it even a step further, right? Let's look at just the evolution of the black quarterback, right? And we ain't even talked about this. This is something that came to my heart right now. At one point in time, it didn't matter how athletic you were, how skillful you were. If you was black, you couldn't play quarterback.
Because they
Right.
said we didn't have it up here.
Because
we
we wasn't
didn't,
smart
yeah.
enough. The
Right.
intelligence level wasn't there, right?
Right.
So you could be the most intelligent. I mean, you could be the most skillful guy. You could be the smartest guy, but you were not going to be given that opportunity. So now when you see the NFL and you see college, you start to see these guys basically destroy that glass ceiling. And they're telling the world, hey, man, you know, no longer can you prevent us from playing this position. You know, I want to say every game that I look at, when we look at the NFL now, you know, well, I ain't going to say every game, but a lot of the majority of the games, you're going to see African-American quarterbacks, right? So they're defying that stereotype that we're not smart enough to play that position at the highest level. So that's why I said for me it's a win-win because, you know, now, you know, and man, fuck it, I'm going to say it. All right. If it was if it was Jalen Hurts playing against a Tom Brady, who you rooting for?
Yeah, everybody rooting for Brady.
Well,
I'm
I'm
rooting for
saying,
Hurts.
who are you rooting for?
I'm rooting for Hurts.
Who you rooting for?
Hurts.
Why?
Because Brady's old as hell. He need to retire.
Okay. So for me, I'm gonna tell you why I'm rooting for, I'm one of the biggest Brady fans on earth.
Yeah,
right?
I like Brady too. Yeah.
But I'm rooting for Jalen Hurts, and I'm gonna
Right.
tell you why I'm rooting for Jalen Hurts because every time somebody that looks like us, you know, destroys the stereotype, I feel like that creates an opportunity for my children. You know what I'm saying? For myself. So I'm not really rooting for Jalen Hurts. You know, personally, I'm rooting for what he's going to establish for the younger generations.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? It's kind of a little bit of both what you're going to root for. Because you're going to root for him, too, because you got to look at the story. Like you just said, man, look at how everybody's counting him out. Look
Right.
at what he's been through, man, going through college and stuff like that,
Right.
man. And always stayed the course. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a little bit of both. You know?
Right.
You're going to root
So-
for him as well.
But at the end of the day, my point is this. When you've had to overcome all the obstacles and adversity that, you know, the black quarterback has overcome, come on, man. Can you imagine how great Warren Moon would have been with some of these coaches? You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine how great Michael Vick could have potentially been if the NFL protected him the way they protect some of these other guys? You know what I'm saying? You know, you got Lamar Jackson right now.
That still gets no respect. Here, running
No
back.
respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, so once again, like I said, when I look at the Super Bowl, once again, like I said, I'm a football fanatic. I love football, man. You know what I'm saying? But this year when I'm watching the Super Bowl, I'm really not watching it as a fan. Neither my team ain't in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching it. This year is history in the making.
Yeah.
And hopefully this becomes a norm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To where this is not just something we can witness once every, how many years the NFL been in? Every 50-something years.
56
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
And see, that's one thing that, you know what I'm saying, people that are watching, man, that's one thing that I want to kind of clear up because I know where Fred coming from. See, a lot of people will take, oh, y'all just want to see the black quarterback. No, it ain't like this. I'm a fan of a lot of white quarterbacks, same as you. I know you're a big Brady fan. We talk about it, you know what I'm saying, all the time. I'm a Josh Allen fan. I like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of quarterbacks that I like. But like Fred said, man, this is something that is normal now. But when we were kids, that was just out of the norm.
Yeah, it was out of the norm.
It was out of the norm. Like,
go play receiver.
Go play receiver. Go play running back. Play DB or whatever. But you're not playing quarterback. You see what I mean? And now, you know what I'm saying, kids now don't understand. They don't know where we're coming from. So they won't ever have the same feelings that we have about it. But to see these kids now, you know what I'm saying, the Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts going out there, man, and doing it at a high level, knowing that a lot of guys that was in our era could have done it at a high level too, but didn't get that opportunity. Yeah, man, of course we going to root for them. Man,
we just winning.
That's one of the reasons why right now that I support the Eagles so hard. Man, in my lifetime, growing up in the 80s, Eagles had the black quarterback, and he was cold.
Yeah, Eagles always had a black quarterback.
Randall Cunningham, he was cold. You know what I mean? Right after Randall Cunningham comes in Donovan McNabb. Right after McNabb, you get the greatest of all time, Mike Vick. That's Mike Vick, my GOAT.
Stand by it.
That's my GOAT. Mike Vick is my GOAT. I don't care what nobody
We'll all
say.
keep our separate goats.
You know what I mean?
So real quick, I don't mean to cut you off, but we're just going to, it's time for us to go to a real quick break. We're just going to pause here. Hold your thoughts. Real quick break. It'll probably be like 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll be back.
Hey, while we on break, man, if y'all got anything that y'all want us to talk about, man, tap in, put it in the comments. And if we get a chance, man, we'll definitely discuss some of that stuff. In the meanwhile, man, I'm going to give me some more ice and have another little sip.
It looks like your cup is full of ice. What you talking about?
I mean, that's because I've been drinking my drink.
And it's turned into water.
It's a long week.
Thanks. We're going to break. y'all. Thank you so much for staying with us. Everybody come on back in. We just had to, adjust some things here, but I appreciate that. We had a good conversation before we went into the break. So we were talking about your predictions. This still stays the same, both for y'all?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still rolling.
And about Hurts and how we really want to see him. Well, Mahomes too, but, we are going for the Eagles.
I mean, I think it's safe to say, man, all three of us on the panel are pulling for Philly to win. But once again, that's no lose situation. All right. Now, real quick, man, let me give a shout out to Blaze Smith and his semi-pro team, which is the Louisiana Bayou Hurricanes, right? Huge shout out. These guys are the 3-time champions and 5-time Bayou Conference champions, and they're currently ranked nationally at number 5.
That's
right?
awesome.
So Blaze has supported our show from day one.
Thank you.
It's all love,
man,
Blaze, all
for
love.
our other supporters, man, if you have anybody that you want us to send a shout out to, tell them to tap in, and we definitely will give them a shout out to show them our support. We support the folks that support us.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So, Blaze, we appreciate your continued support, man, and get all you guys to tap in with us, man. So I think we just gonna wait till we get
all love, Blaze, all love.
Thank you so much.
We're gonna wait till we get some more folks to jump back in, and as Miss Tori mentioned, we definitely appreciate the patience. Once again, man, we gonna need at least about 5 episodes before we become professionals at this.
No doubt.
All right.
So I have a question for you
about
guys.
5 more episodes and 5 more shots. You know what I'm saying?
Go pour up.
One or the other, we're gonna be professionals after that. I tell you.
Tori, what you got?
So I have a question, kind of going back to the football scene, football situation, because I know that's, y'all love football. So what do you guys feel, or how do you feel about the treatment of black coaches in the NFL?
Ooh.
I mean, that's something I can't answer. You know why? Because it's limited. They're not hiring any over head coaches. How many we got right now in the NFL? What? Do we have
I
any?
can't answer that.
Yeah, well, I know
especially in a
D'Amico
higher.
Ryans was just
He was just hired in Houston. But that was
But
one
he
that was
basically replaced a black
he replaced one
coach too.
You know
so
what I mean? So and the thing, like with Eric Bieniemy, he get floated around every year. You know what I mean? And never get hired. We got old boy down in Tampa Bay. What's my boy down in Tampa Bay?
That's Leftwich, ain't it?
He was OC. My old cat, man. Tampa Bay head coach, black.
Oh yeah. My bad.
Oh God. I think we have 3, so I'm missing one. It was Lovie Smith, my guy down in Tampa Bay, and there's one more out there that I'm missing somewhere. But regardless of the fact, you know what I'm saying, that's something that we really, I don't know how the treatment is, because they're not giving them an opportunity to be treated any type of way. So they're not getting an opportunity. You know what I mean? So if you want to say that's how I feel, I guess that's how I feel. They're just not getting an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I think just like with any facet of life, man, we just want to be given an equal shot, right? Because I know before they got rid of Lovie Smith, he was there for a year.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Anybody that's coached any type of sport knows that you're going to need more than a year to establish a culture.
Right.
Especially when you come to an organization that's the trash can of the NFL, right? It's not like he didn't have those guys playing hard and laying everything on the line, or whatnot. He just wasn't given enough time, so is when you see some of these other coaches that they just recycled, man, they get fired from one job and get hired at the next job.
Yeah.
They fired Lovey for winning.
Right.
They wanted him to lose so they can get their pick. They fired him for winning the game.
Yeah, I mean, we only won like 2 or 3 games on the season and stuff.
Yeah.
Man. So,
Larry Clark said Mike Tomlin, Tony
Mike
Dungy.
Tomlin, there you go.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we forgot
Larry,
Tomlin.
shout out
I don't know how we
Tomlin
forgot
is-
it.
Man, Larry was going to know about Pittsburgh.
I don't know
Of
how we
course.
forgot
That's
Tomlin.
his team.
Where's his name, man? So Detroit had a coach, man, a couple years. I forgot the cat name, man. That's something I wish I came here prepared for, but I forgot his name. Detroit had a coach a couple of years ago. Man, we all know Detroit's, history and how they, their reputation in the NFL. Man, had a decent season. Had the exact same record that today's Detroit coach had.
Right.
He got fired. They's telling, the cat Detroit got now, though, he had a great season with these guys, man. He's turning the program around. You see what I mean? So, and like, Man, I hate making it a black and white thing, but man, when it comes to certain things, that's just what it is. Especially when it comes to these coaches, man.
Right.
That's just what it is when it comes to them. The coaching thing is no more than the quarterback. They say we didn't have the brains to be a quarterback, so now I guess we proved ourselves on that. So now look where we at as far as quarterbacks, and now we just got to prove ourselves as a coach.
Why we got to keep proving ourselves?
I mean, that's just what it is. And it needs to get to a point. I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you go. It needs to get to where we don't even have to say the black coach or the black quarterback.
Right.
It's just the quarterback.
Just the coach, the quarterback.
That's what we need to get to.
You know, my opinion is simple, man. If we take race out of it and just go strictly off of qualifications, I have no problem with a black coach being fired if he's not getting the job done.
Right.
I don't give a damn what color he is.
Right,
man.
exactly.
I mean, if your job is to create a successful culture, teach these guys how to win, and you're not doing that, man, you don't deserve to have a job. But but make that equal across the board.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but
Look how many years Nagy got in Chicago. Look at how many years he got there before they finally went ahead and got rid of him, dude. You see what I mean?
Well,
Lovie Smith got 1 year.
You know, that's true for a lot of those guys. But, you know, Lovie Smith was also in Cincinnati for a long time, man.
No, he wasn't. He was in Chicago.
Not Chicago. Chicago.
That's
who was the coach in Cincinnati, man?
Marvin Lewis.
Marvin Lewis, right?
Marvin Lewis, yeah.
And, you know, and that's kind of sad, too. We don't even know our black coaches, man. So we up here, you know.
I mean, I know my name. I know Marvin Lewis.
Don't worry. Everybody in the comments got you. Keisha said the Lions coach is Jim Caldwell.
I don't
Jim
really know too many
Caldwell,
coaches period.
He got you.
But, okay, so I want to switch it up a little bit, right? So I don't Legacy, man, if you can hear me, man, can you put up the photo of baby GRONK? You know, so look, for those of you that don't know, all right, look, man, we're gonna give y'all a couple of minutes to tap back in, man, because I find this story to be very intriguing, right? And I really want y'all to give us y'all comments and y'all opinions on this. So if y'all get a chance, Google baby GRONK, right? Go to your YouTube channels.
Go to my Facebook Live too, man. You want to put your comments there? We on Facebook on my Instagram Live.
Gotcha. Okay. So we got baby GRONK, right? This kid is an internet sensation, an internet superstar, right? 9 to 10 years old. Jeez. If you're reading the deal, you know, 9 years old, you know, and I haven't confirmed this, so I'm just gonna say allegedly. Allegedly, he signed an NIL deal with Champs Sports or whatnot, right? You know, it's probably pretty lucrative, right? So if you know, this kid, man, a lot of folks, they either love him or they hate him, right? I don't really have an opinion on him, but I thought it would be a good talking point because over the last couple of years, this guy's dad, in my opinion, has become a freaking marketing genius. You know, this kid is mixing up with all the celebrities, all right? And he's right out of the DFW area. So all our DFW people, man, really, I want y'all to chime in on this.
Oh, he's from DFW. Yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah, look, Fred, this kid here, baby GRONK, do y'all know I get ready to pull my belt out on my son one night, man? Me and this dude was arguing for about 15 minutes. He's telling me baby GRONK, the greatest player of all time. I'm telling him, man, look. Man, he's a kid. Man,
how old is your son?
6.
Okay. Well, to him, he is.
Yeah, he said, me and him just going back and forth over baby GRONK.
Right.
And I mean, you know, my kid, right? But he got under my skin with it, you know what I'm saying? So, and not taking nothing away from the kid. Man, the kid, I looked at, you probably haven't, because you talked about it. Right. I know you haven't seen much on him. I know this right here pretty much caught your attention. Man, my son has shown me videos on the kid and where he's at right now at, 9 or 10 years old, wherever he's at. Yeah, I mean, he's a good little football player.
Okay, you know so for those who don't know, because I've heard of him, but what does he do? Is he in a league?
Okay, so one of the biggest criticisms is he doesn't play in a competitive league. Okay. You know, he's not as good as people as his dad says he is, and they make it out that his dad is an internet troll, right? Who's basically just trying to find ways to promote his son's brand. Get paid off of it. So it's basically like he's pimping the son out, right? Now, me personally, now, for the record, those aren't my opinions, my assessment. I've watched him from a distance, right? Yeah. My thing is this, the football field determines all that, right? So I got to see you on the football field before I subscribe to greatness for a 9 to 10-year-old, right?
So you haven't seen any highlights of him?
I've seen highlights of him, and he looked good in the highlight. Yeah, he looked damn good.
What position does he play?
He pretty much can play anything. He plays receiver.
Okay.
tight end, from what I've seen. But once again, we don't know the competition level that he's facing, right?
Right.
So, you got people that
I mean,
love
at this
this.
point, it
I don't give a damn about his
matter.
competition. They call the kid Baby Gronk.
Right.
They promoting, they giving him NIL deals. He's 10 years old, man, and I don't wish this on no kid, man. If they don't slow down, Baby Gronk gonna be 16, ain't gonna be worth a damn. Baby Gronk gonna be sitting at the table just like us, taking damn shots just like we do. Because what I'm saying is, man, look, you cannot put that amount of pressure on these kids like that.
I know.
At that age, let them be kids. Man, it's great to get out here and promote your kid or whatnot. Man, I put videos up of my son sometimes. But, man, what I'm not going to do,
He got a target on his child's back.
that's what I'm saying. I am not going to have where, man, you know what? When we see Marika's little son out here on the field, we're going to try to kill him. Because all he do is just this and that.
So what's the difference between this with Baby Gronk and what these parents do every weekend?
It's no difference.
Man, after every football game, and I tell my parents, please don't put up the videos, man, because it allows other teams to scout what we doing, this, that, and whatever, right?
Right.
They don't give a damn about that. Man, they putting up every touchdown, every catch, every snap, right? And they're promoting their kids as the next great football player. It's 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old, and so forth.
It ain't nothing wrong. Look, I would say
The only difference-
I'm going to say this on my end.
Right.
We might see differently. I don't see a problem with a parent posting something about their kid. I don't see, they post a video here and there or whatnot. Man, you're proud of your children. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm proud of mine, I want everybody to see it.
Right.
But what I'm not going to do is try to put mine out there like he's the greatest to ever do it. And you got parents that try to put their kid like that's the problem I have. If you're going to post it, great, man. I'm going to celebrate it. But when you start posting, my kid the best 6U player in the country and he'll bust y'all ass and this and that, that's when I get to the point where, you know what, man, I need to see that little cat. If we play him, and see, that's what bring the bad out of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to see that little cat.
I mean, look, his dad's like, y'all not finna get free pictures off of him. I might as well make money.
Yeah,
off
he's gonna
of
make the
him.
money. So Quisha basically said that he's not in the competitive league. If you take him to the hood and let him play against those kids, and he actually hold up against them, then we can talk, right? So,
True.
And I think that's really the sentiment of a lot of folks, because the dad is not, now he got the kid involved in it.
That's
the
what
kid
I'm
is
saying.
taking pictures with half-naked models on the side
Yeah.
of the post. He talking about all these offers and stuff he's getting, right?
Or all that money that he had sitting up
all
on his
all the
hand.
money he's making. So my thing
Gonna
is
get his
this.
little ass raw.
If-
What he gonna
if-
do?
Look.
If you ask me, honestly, like, hey, I don't got a problem with it. As a spectator, as a coach, I got a problem with it. But as a spectator, I ain't got a problem with it, because to me, it's a sideshow, and it's strictly enough entertainment, right? Baby Gronk dad is getting paid. You know what I'm saying?
You see the money Baby Gronk had on his own?
That's what I'm saying. The
I'm
money
going to
that was
school.
on
If I'm 10, I'm going to school tomorrow.
Now,
Get it up.
Now,
You know what I'm
hold up.
saying?
That could be prop money. It could be fake or whatever stuff. But at the end of the day, Baby Gronk dad is telling folks, you want your kid to be like Baby Gronk? Come see me. I can turn your child into the next Baby Gronk. When you look at all these parents now and how they sensationalize their kids, trust me, it's gonna be more Baby Gronks. Yeah, I mean, it was kids that was doing this before Baby Gronk. You know what I'm saying? Now, they may not have done it on the same levels for us, with the money, getting the money and stuff, but definitely, there are kids with a whole media team that follow them. We went to nationals. As a matter of fact, shout out to Coach Brian and my 6-year-old national AYF championship team.
Is that what that ring is? Blinding me?
For that, you know what I'm saying? But when you go to nationals, you see some of these kids being followed with nothing but cameras, right? And it's on them.
There was.
Well,
It's
we've
on
seen-
nothing
well,
but
we've
them.
seen
Yes.
that. We've seen
You
that.
know
So
what I'm
we
saying?
we can't really knock that because we've seen that. Like, we've had kids to go through stuff like that too. So that's one thing that I feel like we can't really knock.
But that's
The problem-
different. Y'all didn't exploit the kids.
But
like
no, but I
Baby
don't
Gronk's
think.
dad is.
But what I'm saying is the parents that's doing it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
See, and I'm gonna go back to say it again. I have no problems with parents celebrating their kids' success. I don't. I would rather, and we had this debate a couple of weeks ago. I would much rather see the parents celebrate their success than the damn coach celebrate it. You see what I
Yeah.
mean? So I have no problem with that. Man, parents got a right to do, post whatever they want to do about their kid. I know ain't neither one of y'all gonna tell me what I can and can't post about mine. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? But
But what if your son is trash, though?
I may not feel that way.
Look,
you see what I'm saying? I may not feel like you might feel like he trash, but I don't. As long as you don't tell me he trash, nigga, we ain't got no problems.
Well,
So the thing
hold
is
on.
this.
So you mean to tell me you can tell me your son great, But if I have a different opinion, that's a problem.
It's a problem, nigga. You know what I'm saying? This me and my son.
Wait, why is it a problem if you over there posting about it? You putting it out there for everybody to have an opinion.
I'm talking about me and Fred.
Oh, you don't want to hear from Fred,
Yeah.
but Joe Schmo over there can tell you your son is trash.
If I'm posting stuff out there about my son and somebody say my son trash, I'm opening the door for them people to tell me my son
right,
trash.
Exactly.
If I post something about my son trash and Fred say my son trash, now I'm probably going to go down to his bar with the heat. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Because you're not finna do that.
We're not promoting gun violence.
That's something he can tell me personally. And you know what I'm saying? Me need to work with your son before you do that.
Don't blast you on social media.
You know. But no, man, real talk, it's just, you can go overboard with it. That's what I'm saying. You can go too far with it.
That's definitely overboard.
And like Fred, and I know Fred is a big, he thinks like this big time. Mm-hmm. You don't want to put a target on their back, man. You don't want to do that.
That spotlight becomes a target, becomes a bullseye. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's aiming for you now. So we live in a society nowadays to where normally the person who, the flashy person is a person that people target. Everybody loves a success story, you know what I'm saying? But once that success gets to the point of arrogance, then you can't wait to see that person's downfall.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think with the situation with Baby GRONK, me personally, because he's received so much fanfare, you know, and it's such a big hyper. They say this kid not, you know, he on there with videos with Lil Boosie. You know what I'm talking about?
Does he already have a blue check mark on his?
I'm pretty sure he does.
Look, everybody over there. Look, we free promoting. Now everybody gonna go in there and start.
Yeah, I mean,
following.
that's good for them, you know. I mean, but at the end of the day, you know, hopefully, it's worth it for his dad because the one thing that's gonna happen is this, and we know because we had, you know, Maurice and I have had conversations off camera about some of the kids that we've coached. And, you know, it was on this TV show, and they had a lot of, you know, fanfare and publicity, and they received a lot of hate from that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you ain't no damn good. If we do this, that, and whatever and stuff, you know. We had a couple incidents, man, where people was trying to take some of my kids out, you know, whatever. They're trying to make a name for themselves by, you know, knocking off the kids who got the high profile or whatnot. Yeah. And then some of them kids, you know, they just don't pan out to be great high school players or whatnot. So you get all this stuff as a youngster, right? A 9-10-year-old kid. Man, by the time you hit 12, 13, you know, maybe puberty is done work in your favor.
Yeah. It's not even that. It's not even the puberty. Sometimes, man, look, even though it's unpopular to a lot of people, man, I'm a strong believer in the Lord. I'm a strong believer in a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to karma and things like that. Look, here's the thing. Bro, if you have a child, and I've seen it too many times, man, and it really bothers me because when these kids were playing for us, man, they were great kids. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't go back and say I had any of these kids, especially the ones that was actually featured on the show, that were bad kids. None of them. All great kids. Man, you can't call it success because they were 9 or 10 years old, but you can say attention. They were receiving so much attention back then that I feel like, man, moving forward, they had so much pressure on them to have success in the sport. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? Not just success in the sport. You see what I'm saying? Like these kids, like they may not be playing football right now, but they're still having success. Yeah. Man, you got kids, they're going off to college doing things, but it was so much pressure put on them to have success in the sport to where I feel like some of them just didn't even give a damn no more, and their high school careers didn't pan out the way everybody thought it would be when they was 8, 9 years old. So my whole thing when it comes to the parents, that's one thing that I wish, and see on a serious note, because I know a lot of people think I'm silly or whatnot, but on a serious note, man, look, Fred, no, man, I get deep when it comes to this stuff. Man, I am serious about trying to make a change when it comes to this youth football stuff and people's mentality on it. And so, man, the one thing that you don't want to do, and I can't tell nobody how to raise their kid or whatnot, but what you don't want to do is start them at 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, making them feel like they above everything or making them feel like they a star. Man, you want to keep them kids humble. Kid. I say this all the time, man. I want, like, everybody want to see their kid be a superstar. You know what I want for my little kid right now? I want to see him right in the middle of the pack.
Right.
At his age. I want to see him right in the middle of the pack to where he's
peak at the right time.
He's not at the bottom, but he's definitely not at the top. I want to see him have something that he need to fight for so he can peak at the right time, like you said. My oldest son, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, don't know this, Jameer. Fred know.
Yeah.
Jameer didn't want to play football at all. You know what I mean? Jameer, like, man, I ain't playing no football. That ain't me. He started out playing when he was little. He took a hold of basketball. You know, the one thing that I know his mom didn't do, and I know I didn't do it. Didn't nobody say, man, you got to play
Nobody
football.
pressured him, right?
You didn't have to do that. When Jameer got ready to play football, man, Jameer was going into high school.
Right.
Look at him now.
Yeah.
Man, Jameer
Full
one of the best.
scholarship.
Yeah, one of the best
Wow.
receivers in the state of Alabama right now.
That's
You know what I mean?
amazing.
And doing his thing. So
So you think a lot of these parents as well are pressuring their kids to play?
putting too much pressure and doing too much football. Too much pressure and too much football. You see what I mean? Like, allow them to do different things. Like I said, we can't tell nobody how to raise your kids.
Yeah.
But if you ever want to, like, just, it's almost like when you're talking to, like, the old people. Like, are you talking to your grandfather, your grandmother, somebody who's been through it that can tell you certain things that you may not want to listen to.
Right.
But you know what? They're telling you straight facts. I'm trying to tell you something right now, man. If you just listen, we've seen it.
Right.
Yeah.
We've seen it. We've been through it. If you just allow your child to be a kid and enjoy it, man, if he got it in him, it's going to come at the right time.
Right.
He don't need it right now at 6 or 7 years old.
Right. Hey,
You know.
quick shout out to Anthony Fernandez, man. We definitely appreciate your support, man. Keep tapping in with us. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion on it, right? These parents, man, they become attention whores. The parents want the attention,
Pretty much.
right? And they use their kids as a bait to get the attention, right? Some of these parents ain't gonna hit us. All right, I was in a barber shop today, man. We had this whole conversation, right? Because a lot of these parents, it ain't even about their kids no more, right? Now, I know we said, man, we've been kind of pounding on parents and coaches the last couple of episodes, but we said we're going to keep it real when it comes to youth sports, man. We have fun about all the other stuff, but this is something we subject matter experts on. Right. We've been around this long enough to where we can speak intelligently and we can speak boldly about what's really going on, all right? So you got parents, you got coaches, man, that love attention. So they will do anything to keep that attention coming, right? So if you just look at the way youth sports, when I say youth sports, I'm including high school on down. I'm not just including Little League football. It's high school on down. You look at the amount of violence in the sport now. Fights before the game. Fights after the game. Hell, fights during the game.
People getting killed behind shit.
You know, people getting killed behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's all because people want the attention. All right. So you get a kid, there's a lot of disrespect in the game now. Right? So we go back and we look at the greatest eras of sports. You didn't have to like your opponent.
Right.
All right, but you respected him.
Right.
Right, because they put in the same amount of work that you put in. Nowadays, it don't matter how much work you put in. You know what I'm saying? If I come out on top, I'm going to disrespect you. You know what I'm saying? Because I want all that attention on me.
It's built on disrespect now. That's what youth football is built on who can out disrespect the other. You know what I'm saying? The most.
It's
You
sad.
don't agree with that?
No, I agree with it 100%. Like I said, they get mad because we agree with a lot of shit, man. But, like, that's real stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the premise behind youth football nowadays is disrespect. I'm thankful that I've developed relationships with a lot of these coaches around the country that's built on respect. You know what I'm saying? So we know how to interact, during games. If I'm blowing a team out, or if I ain't gonna say, if I'm beating a team, you know what I'm saying? Man, I know when to pull off, and the coaches respect me. Oh, man, I appreciate you, man. And it's same way when it's on the other end, man, because I don't always win. If I'm getting beat and I see another coach, pull off on me, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? But, the kids are mimicking our behaviors as parents and as coaches, right? So when I look at a kid like Baby GRONK, bring this fullback circle to him, to me it's only a matter of time before he starts to imitate his dad. You know what I'm saying?
Doubt.
And it becomes more about the sideshow than the actual show.
Yeah.
I feel like
Right.
it
You know what I'm
already
saying?
has.
Right.
Well, yeah, because his dad now is encouraging him to be,
like that.
he's flashy, right? You go look at some of these highlights, man, and what you gonna see is this. It's not even a highlight. It's not even a football highlight. It's a highlight of celebrations.
Yeah, that's what they make now.
You know
No
what I'm
doubt.
saying?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you got highlights of your celebration. You got highlights of disrespect.
So then, what do you think about 7-on-7?
Well, I mean, okay, so I think 707 serves a great purpose, right? I don't participate in 707.
Well, not the game. I'm talking about the actual.
Okay, before Freddie, let me tell you this. You know, I saw you out there on Sunday. That was my Saturday. That actual tournament that was going on. You know, that was my first time ever coming to one of those type of events with 707.
Really?
That was my first time ever seeing any of those things.
What you think?
And man, I enjoyed it, honestly. You know, I'm glad I got a few teams that's gonna participate in 7-on-7 this year. Matter of fact, we still looking for 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds, DMF Duck 7-on-7. But anyway, maybe that's part of the 7-on-7 culture, so I can't really knock it. You know what I mean? Maybe that's part of the culture of 7-on-7. Like I said, I'm new to it, but it's still football to it. You know what I mean?
Man, OL said, man, make sure you shout out this tournament, dog. 707.
Man,
tournament.
I ain't seen it on. I ain't see it on there. Shout out to RL and Mike Morris. You already know, man. Mike, man, everybody know y'all raw, man. Everybody know what y'all do. Y'all doing big things here in San Antonio.
He damn shout out. Give him the shout out, man.
So anyway,
Wait, so 7-on-7, for those who don't know, because I know somebody had put in the comments what 7-on-7.
It's basically flag football without the flags.
Yes.
Two-hand touch, you know what I'm saying, which allows
seven kids
the
on the
skill
field.
positions to get out there and enhance their skills, right?
Right.
It's less wear and tear on the body because you don't have the contact involved or what have you, and it still gives these kids an opportunity to compete at a high level.
Right.
So when you look at a lot of these high school kids, some who may not have had the opportunities during the tackle season, it's just another opportunity for them to get out there and showcase their talents. They can make highlight films and send off to college coaches or whatnot. And a lot of these organizations have been successful at helping kids get extra looks because of the 7-7. You can never knock that, right?
Yeah.
But I think what some of
the extra shit.
because those coaches look at that also.
Right, that's my thing.
Yeah, the coaches, they not just looking at the highlights, they looking at all the extra stuff that goes along with that. And once again, and I can tell you right now, for all you parents and all you young athletes that are subscribing to this notion that you don't have to have a certain behavior to get a college scholarship, y'all are being misled. Y'all are being misled, man. These college coaches are looking for high character athletes nowadays.
Man, it's so funny that you said that because I just saw, it was actually a basketball coach, but she was doing an interview and somebody had asked her, what is it that you look for when you go to a game? And she said, you know what? I actually pick games that I know that that player's team is going to win. And I look at how they react to the coach benching them since they don't have to be I look at how they respond to their actual players, how teammates, their teammates and how they respond. They look for all the things that you don't normally see on the actual field or on the court. That's what they're looking for. Look, man, all them other antics, they not about that.
But that's what it's all about, and that's what one thing I was gonna say. As far as the games with 7-on-7, man, I enjoyed them. You know, I mean, I saw a lot of guys out there doing good things. A lot of talent. But, you know, I also saw, you know what I mean, this ain't no knock on one organization. I saw several organizations doing the same thing. So I want to make sure it's put out there. It ain't on one organization because I know what people will probably start to say about me. It ain't about one damn organization. And if it is, I'll tell you it's that organization. No, I ain't worried about none one of them. But what I'm saying is I saw most 7-on-7 teams doing this. You know what I mean? Man, the end zone celebrations. Look, I used to look, and look, I remember back in the day, I would tell my kids do little celebrations and stuff like that, and I changed that. You know what I mean? Over time. But when I look at the stuff now, it's just flat out disrespectful. When I see them, man, getting in your face and spinning the ball in your face and pointing it like they gonna shoot you and bust you in the head with the ball. Man, nigga bust me in the head with the ball, man, while I'm on the field, man, we finna score. You know what I mean? So, like, I just don't, you know. Look, it's disrespectful.
So, one of our former players, right? I don't know if you remember Seth played with us, right? So his dad made a comment
he was
because, you know, they wanted the 7-on-7. And I just seen this on social media.
Man, I ain't taking more of that shit.
No, go ahead.
I just seen it on social media, right? Because I didn't go out to the 707 stuff, right? But I enjoyed watching the highlights. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I love seeing the animation from these kids, right? Because for one, I don't look at 707 as real football. To me, it's just practice.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? So when you're at football practice, you do what the fuck you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't look at it as real football. You looking at the comment or something?
No, I'm looking at you.
Oh, I'm
like, what you mean it's not real football?
It ain't real football. You know what I'm saying? Two-hand touch is not equivalent to tackle football. You don't get hit.
When you were 6 years old, two-hand touch meant something on that playground.
So what I'm saying is
So you're saying that they don't give scholarships and stuff like that off of 707?
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I don't know anybody who's only received a scholarship off of 707. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, it's the tackle season, and then they see what they do in 707.
707 is a platform for them to be seen.
Right.
But they're not going to
get a scholarship strictly on 707.
Yeah, you can't play 707 and not play high school ball. I'm just not going to play high school ball. I'm just going to play 707 and try to make it. It ain't
unless you're just a freak of nature or whatever stuff. But the point I'm making is this. You know what I'm saying? I actually enjoy the celebrations. I actually enjoy the fun aspect of it because that's something that you can't do in a real football game. You know what I'm saying? So let the kids have fun with it. But having fun does not equate to the disrespectful nature of what some of these kids are doing.
Right.
Because, once again, I don't want to say that I'm old school because I don't think you even got to be old school to not tolerate disrespect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm playing in a football game, man, if you bust me upside my head with a football, it's gonna be a fight right there. You may have won the play, but I'm gonna whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Get ejected.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see me dancing after I whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't shit that you do. You know what I'm saying? But to each his own. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, let the kids have a good time with it. You know what I'm saying? But just teach them how to be responsible,
right, man,
and allow them to understand that, people are always watching, especially when you're trying to get to the next level. There's a lot of guys that can catch a football. There's a lot of kids that can throw a football. But like you said, how are you when you think nobody's watching? You know what I'm saying? And that's my only issue with the disrespect. This just ain't 707. This is actual football games too, because
hell, this is real life.
You was down in National. Look, there was an incident in Florida. We was in Nationals. These kids were 6 years old. This little kid from one team, he ran about a 70-yard touchdown. It was a little kid chasing him. That little kid chased him all the way down. The kid got about 5 yards into the end zone. The other kid ran and tackled him, right? So we just like, man, 6 years old. He probably didn't realize he was in the end zone. The other little kid stopped. But after he tackled him, the kid got up that was chasing him. Started stomping the kid out. I'm talking about stomping him.
Yep, on his helmet.
Jumped on him, punching him. It was like, man, what the hell? So I'm in shock, bro. Like I'm saying, like, what am I looking at? Because I'm thinking, like, man, this ain't right. I couldn't even move. You know how you get the moments when you just in shock, when you don't know how to react?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this can't be real, right?
Yeah.
And then you see the sister come out. She's
so
16.
The sister, the kid who was getting stomped out, she's a 16-year-old girl. She comes out there to, like, basically try to help her little brother. You know what I'm saying? The mama runs from across the field, and she want to whoop the little 16-year-old girl butt.
The mama of the other kid.
The mama of the kid who's stomping the kid out.
It's a hot damn mess. That's what it was.
So the whole thing was, it's just like, man, like, how do you prevent that? You know what I'm saying? Without these parents and these kids taking more responsibility. What would make a 6-year-old kid that upset to where when a kid scored and the kid didn't celebrate, he didn't do nothing spectacular. Like, he literally ran in the end zone, stopped running, and was getting ready to turn around, and the dude just came and tackled him and then basically whooped his ass.
Because he scored a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
what are we teaching these kids?
Something is being taught to these kids at an early age to where, like, this stuff is acceptable. Now, I'm not saying that got anything to do with a celebration or whatever stuff, but I do feel as if these kids emulate what we condone. Right. So when we condone the disrespect, when we condone the the BS behavior, and we don't check it, this is what we set our kids up for. Right. So I'm telling you right now, if I don't give a damn if a 9-year-old kid, attack my 9-year-old son the way that kid attacked, hey, I'm whooping that 9-year-old kid ass. And I'm going to whoop his daddy ass and whoever else ass I need to whoop because they out there to play football. They're not out there to be fighting like they're in the goddamn hood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, it's all about the education.
Man. Hey, so the kid tackled him and started stomping him
Stomped him.
Man,
I mean, whooped him like he was a grown man, dog.
It was bad.
As sad as it is, man, but that shit funny than the motherfucker.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, even the team that he was on, even his coaches was like, man, we don't know what the hell happened with that
What
kid.
the coaches do, they ain't like, okay, so let me tell you the story you just told me, right? So the kid tackled the kid, start stomping the shit out of him. The sister run out on the field. The mama come across, start handling the sister. Man, what was the coaches at, man?
No,
The coaches were there. It just happened
so now the mama was about 300. So she wasn't no little lady, dog.
So it took her a minute to get over there.
No, she was fast as hell, dog. She was fast.
She came over real fast.
And her big ass was moving. She was getting it, right?
Yeah.
And she came out with her hands up like she ready to go.
Yeah.
She ready to throw him from the shoulders. The cops was trying to stop her. The coaches came over. The coaches is trying to stop her. She couldn't be stopped. She couldn't be stopped. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm telling you is this.
Oh, man.
The little 16-year-old girl, she's scared for her life. You know what I'm saying? The one little kid who getting whooped, he have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The other kid, obviously he kind of in his feelings and stuff because, in my opinion, I didn't set it up right. When the team was already up by about the team that scored was already up by 5 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, maybe the little kid was just.
F it, we finna lose anyway.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the whole story behind that is is parents and coaches, man. What are we doing to make our kids feel like another kid scoring a touchdown is that bad? Well, maybe they feel like shit. He was finna celebrate on his ass and do something to further the embarrassment.
But with him being 6, and you said you gotta go back to the coaches. Think about this. You say it was 6, right? What if the coach was over there ripping him, man? You know what I'm saying? Before he went out on the field. What if the coach was over there dogging the kid out, man? You know what I mean? So you better not let him score. You better not do this. You let this happen, you know what I'm saying? This gonna happen. You better not let this happen.
Yeah.
So when the kid scored, he was like, well, shit, coach said I better not let him score. So, he scored, so I got to go ahead and whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't get mine.
Yeah, so.
Hey, remember what your mama say? You whoop his ass, I'll whoop you.
No, yeah, so it could have been something like that. So that still could have been on the grown folks. You know what I'm saying? It's an unfortunate situation, but that still could have been on the grown folks, man. So, no, man, it's just
it's unfortunate.
This has got to be a change, man. Like we can sit here and laugh about it, joke about it all day. Man, a lot of stuff got to change when it comes to this shit. Like, stuff like that shouldn't be happening. Hey, man, coaches shouldn't be getting killed. 6-year-olds shouldn't be whooping another 6-year-old ass because they scored a touchdown. Man, stuff like that just shouldn't be happening.
Hey, your son going to be 6 next year, right?
He'll be 6 year.
Hey, we going to whoop his ass, dog.
All right, look, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to have... you know what? Y'all ever seen The Last Boy Scout when the niggas run down the field with a pistol? I'm gonna give my son his heat. That's first play. You blast and one of them niggas in red that run towards you. You know what I'm saying?
Look, that's what we gonna have on our black uniforms.
Cause he already said he gonna whoop you. So you go ahead, you know what I'm saying, and lay him down. You know what I'm saying? And then you put the last one in Coach Fred. You know what I'm saying?
Tori, what you got for us, man?
Okay, so yes. There was just this past week something that came through saying the SAT and ACTs. Did y'all hear about that not being required?
I heard that.
Not being required?
Not being required for, what was it, the D1?
For like the scholarships and admittance and all that kind of stuff.
Yes. How do y'all feel about that, knowing that y'all both have grown sons and sons coming up?
Shit, yeah, that's great for me. I think if the ACT and SAT not required, shit, good. You know what I'm saying? Get that test. Hey, what they say on boards in the hood, them tests are culturally biased. So you know what I mean?
Honestly, I would have to do a little bit more research on it because I don't understand exactly how it works. But from what I read, I think they said they were removing that as an admissions requirement, right? So you didn't have to take it because a lot of folks feel like the test is systematically biased, or whatnot. Not, it's just systematically biased, right? But I do feel I personally feel like in order to go to college, man, there should be some standard that you have to adhere
Your
to in order to
GPA
get
in
to
high
college.
school.
Yeah.
That's why
Why
your
is it just
GPA in
why
high
is it
school.
just a
That right there.
sports? Why is it just sports that don't have to take that standardized testing, but you're going for education, and they do have to take
Right.
The
that.
test
So-
should be removed. I mean, it
I
should just
agree
be
with
They
that.
shouldn't
removed.
if they
I
don't do
agree
it for
with
sports,
that.
they shouldn't do it for nobody.
Right.
Yeah,
Now, if they
I
are
agree
just
with
doing
that.
it for sports, then that's probably. And like I said, I don't know if they know if it's just sports or not. So I'm
It's
just going based on what you're
sports.
saying.
Yes, I'm
So
telling
if
you,
they
it's
are
just
doing it
sports.
just for sports, basically what they're telling you is they're telling the regular student population, y'all don't mean nothing to us.
Yeah, and that's
You know
not
what I'm
good.
saying?
And that's kind of how it's been though, because why is it that you can get into a D1 college if you have, as an athlete with a lower GPA?
All about the Benjamins, baby.
That's sad.
That's all it is.
It's all about the Benjamins,
You
baby.
know. Man, look, going to college right now for college athletes is not going to college anymore, man.
It's not.
That's going, you know what I'm saying, to your professional career.
Man, one of these days I want to bring my homeboy Donnell Davis on, right? Because he's big into this NIL stuff, man, and he was educating me on some stuff. So Donnell, if you're looking, man, shout out to you. If not, you need to tap in next week.
Shout
or
out to
whatnot.
Seth. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
doing big things.
So I didn't realize how this NIL stuff actually worked. That's big money in that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Big money. We talking about millions of
Shit,
dollars.
Look at Baby Gronk.
Well, Baby Gronk probably getting a look. He probably getting some change. But they're talking about millions of dollars that are going to these athletes. And it's supposed to be student athlete first. And I'm all for NIL, man, because, as a former college football player that was on scholarship, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know the scholarship don't cover enough. You know what I'm saying?
Depending
Like
on
you
what
on
school you
scholarship,
go
you
to.
can't work. You know what I'm saying? They give you just enough just to get by. You know what I'm saying? So if you are fortunate enough to secure some type of NIL money, hell, man, more power to you. Let those kids make the same mistakes that other kids would make who are getting opportunities to make money that ain't perhaps playing the sports, man. I believe that, when you go to these football games, let's look at these Power 5 football stadiums on Saturdays. These jokers got 100,000 plus people off in there. You know how much money that generates for the school?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You as a kid, as a student athlete, you shouldn't have to go back and eat ramen noodles after you just,
Pack the house.
pack the house, man, and your school just made millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Right.
The education, come on, man, let's be honest with it. Education really should be free for everybody.
It's free
You know
in
what I'm saying?
other countries.
Education should be free really for everybody.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? So when they start putting these astronomical numbers on the education, and they say, well, you getting a free education. Everybody should get a fucking free education. You know what I'm saying? If you really want people to advance, give them the resources to advance. So when they start putting these high price tags on education, only the elite, only the ones who have this money can do it. So that's why even when I look at the whole scholarship situation, you know what? And I tell folks this all the time. When it comes to my son, I don't give a damn if my son get a scholarship or not. My son going to college, you know what I'm saying? And I'll find a way to make sure that he's there because the education is what's most important. You know what I'm
What
saying?
if he doesn't want to go to
That's not
college?
what it is anymore.
Well, even if he don't go to, he gonna be educated in something
Yeah.
because you just the absence of education is ignorance. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not willing to educate yourself, to become a better person, then you're gonna remain ignorant. So my thing is just when these collegiate athletes go out there and make all this money for their universities, right? And they leave the university with nothing, man, it's almost like you condoning foolery. So what I'm saying is, man, leave with something. If you can't leave with that goddamn degree, you better leave with a pocket full of money or something, man. So, and from what I understand, they're trying to do away with NIL. And like I said, I don't know enough about NIL to really speak on it intelligently, but just from what I do know, man, I'm all for it, man.
Nah, I'm just tripping off what you just said a few minutes ago. I think like that all the time. You gotta pay to know something. Ain't that a bitch? You gotta pay for
That's
education.
crazy. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You gotta pay just to know something. You know what I'm saying? Some shit that should be given to you for free. Anyway.
We got anything else, Miss Tori?
Kind of along the same lines, like you were saying the NIL thing, and that one kid, Ewers, Pete Ewers, he's getting over 10 million for signing those NIL deals, and he's in college.
Yep.
He don't have no job. Well, I guess that sports is his job,
Right.
but he's getting 10 million. So if your son signed to whatever college and signed these deals for 10 million, like, how would you feel about that? Are you okay with that?
Hell
like,
yeah. What you mean I'm okay with it? I'm right there with him. Shit, we about to go to the car dealership. Hey man, we about to go buy some houses and we finna invest.
There you go.
Because the whole purpose for going to college is to come out better than what you went in, right? And I don't give a damn what nobody says. You know what I'm saying? If you don't put yourself in a position financially to elevate yourself, I know a lot of people that are intelligent that are broke. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be able to back that with the financial support.
Yeah.
So what I'm telling these kids nowadays is, look, man, we just watched Damar Hamlin almost lose his life on national television. Man, you don't think playing football is a risk? You know, you putting your life on the line every goddamn play. You know, and once again, there's a new football player born every day. You know what I'm saying? So all the success stories, there's a lot of stories of failure when these kids, you know, they don't graduate, they don't make it to the NFL. These guys are back in the neighborhoods they grew up in as neighborhood legends, but they're not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So the ones that are maybe more affluent, that for whatever reason they don't make it, but most of them still go back to something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I want our people to be able to take some of that. You know what I'm saying? Get some of that money to help their families and do other things, so that going to school is not a struggle and they can actually enjoy going to school. You know what I'm saying? So just my opinion on that.
Yeah. Marcus.
I don't have one. Exactly what you just said, man. You know what I mean? So it's like nothing else for me to say. What you just said is that's it.
Okay. Does anybody out there have anything they want to talk about? I mean, somebody, who was it? You said college isn't for everybody. I mean, at that point, if college isn't for you, then I guess you will find a way. But
Man.
just teaching them how to network. Mill said UT players are making big money. You think it's just UT, or is
they
it?
need to win some damn games.
Yeah, the amount of coaches they've gone through within these past 5 years is just crazy.
Yeah. All right. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show tonight.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Once again, we appreciate everybody that's tapped in. I know some of you guys have logged off already or whatnot, but we appreciate you guys as well. Don't forget to subscribe and like our YouTube channel. All right, I think we should be over the 50.
I'm like, have we reached 50?
I think we have.
Yay.
I think we'll need it.
Thank y'all.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
we definitely appreciate that.
Y'all shots to the 50.
We're gonna take a shot for
Go,
hitting
Marcus.
50 subscribers. Man, I already got my shot out there. So
Marcus,
I ain't
shot
taking
to
no more shots, man.
Well, you gotta finish
I'm
your
over here
drink.
sweating like a damn slave.
Rodriguez. But if you have not,
51?
please
6.
tap in to our YouTube page that's in the bio. Subscribe to it, like it, share it. All right. Like I said, we're just doing this to have fun with it, man. And hopefully we're leaving you guys with a good show. All right. Well, we welcome any type of constructive criticism or whatnot, man. You know, we're trying to get, since we said 50 subscribers, let's get to the point to where we get at least 56 guys online, 56 people online every time we go live. Okay. All right. We're at 24. I think the most we was at maybe like 30-something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But we appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, until next week.
Till next week. Thank y'all so much.
Wow.
Good.
I ain't taking it.
Going to take another one, dog.
I'm gonna take some water.
And then go to Vibe.
Then go to
All right,
Vibe.
don't forget.